hook a big rainbow in here, you're gonna earn it. You're gonna earn it real fast. We're in northern Michigan. Game plan is we're looking for browns and rainbows. More quantity than size here. Lots of really, really beautiful brown trout in the 8 to 14 inch range that are just, the red spots on them are really, really highlighted. Very, very bright. Lots of multiple spots on the adipose fin. And then we'll see if we can't get into some nice rainbow trout.
Today, we were chasing trout on a small northern Michigan stream, but Tristan's love of fishing started a bit further south.
Well, I was born downstate, and we lived on a tiny little inland lake, and so, I mean, basically right away, I started fishing as a kid, and it was mostly, you know, warm water species. I really got into pike and that kind of stuff, and then I was in second grade when I moved up north to Ludington, Michigan, and that's when everything kind of changed for me. A friend of mine, Pat, took me up to his family's property up on a river, and we were walking down by the river, and we run into his cousin Will, and he comes up to me and he's like, oh, you know, we're talking. He's like, what are you using there? And I didn't know what I was doing, didn't know what I was actually searching for. He walked up, took off my lure and tied on a Panther Martin and cast in and got a little 8-inch brown. And I remember thinking that it just didn't seem like something you would see in Michigan. And in just holding it, it was soft, beautiful. You know, you're not getting stabbed by the fins, and I've been addicted to trout fishing ever since then. Oh, just a nice little run right here, and a beautiful colored up brownie just came up and crushed the rat. Not bad. Looks like a really pretty fish. Look at those red dots. 2 big red dots on that adipose. They're just glowing. What I'm using today is a floating Rapala, and what I like to do is I like to give it a nice twitching action and structure where the brown trout tend to sit and wait for their meals, and they're an aggressive fish, so they come out pretty predatory, you know, and just hammer anything that's even in their territory or if they're looking for a meal. So they might come out even just to chase something out of an area that it's sitting in and protecting its little home where it's feeding. So you can either get a hungry fish or one that's trying to protect its area. And right now we started off slow. Well, we got a few chasers right away when we got in, and then it slowed down for quite a while. And then here in the last 10 minutes, it's kind of really sped up here. We've got 2 fish in hand. One big fish we've seen already that got off, but hopefully it keeps picking up.
The fishing continued to pick up as the morning progressed, and after missing out on a nice rainbow trout early, we were about to have another opportunity.
There he is. Is he under? Yep. Still there. Oh, he's under backside. Oh, here he comes. Oh, careful, careful, careful. Oh, oh, oh. Snag too. Got him. Woo! Man. We call that a rodeo.
We had some minor disappointment earlier with a similar fish. And forgive me, I'm out of breath here, but we're out here running around, chasing this thing, trying to scoop it up. And I mean, this is pure Michigan right here. I mean, this is what we're here for, and you don't catch a rainbow like that every day. So I'm just blessed to be out here. It's a beautiful day, and we still got a lot of fishing in front of us, and man, I'm just happy.
It was quite the event getting this fish in the net, but well worth it. Both Steve and Tristan are passionate about trout fishing, and both are members of a group called Michigan Trout Addicts, an organization that promotes trout fishing here in Michigan and also gives back to local charities.
So Tristan and I started fishing. We had a mutual friend. We actually grew up in the same town of Ludington, and we had a mutual friend, and he's got a cabin on a river, and you know, getting together in the summertime. Come to find out, Tristan was a big fisherman, and you know, ever since we met, we just kind of hit it off. You know, we both are very passionate about trout fishing, and it's kind of nonstop go for both of us. And you know, so as we continued to fish more together and everything, and really grew a strong friendship, I had been given the good opportunity of joining Michigan Trout Addicts to be on the board, a nonprofit organization that Matt Gaylor had started, and we brought Tristan on board as well. And what Michigan Trout Addicts really is a nonprofit organization that's really dedicated to supporting youth and people in need in any way that we can. So we have these catch and release tournaments where any money that isn't given back to anglers for placing, or for any of the resources that the anglers need to complete the tournament, we give back to nonprofit or kids in some way, shape, or form, for people that are really in need. Whether that's I think we did school supplies one year, and we've also done some things for kids that have health issues and maybe have some hard times with paying their medical bills. We have a Facebook page, Michigan Trout Addicts, and it's a really big, strong community of a lot of people that really support each other. There's a lot of other fishing groups out there where you can go on the page and people are using foul language and bashing each other and aren't very supportive, where we don't really tolerate that so much. And we've really grown a strong community of people that really support each other over trout fishing.
Finally got another nice brown. Pretty fish though. That's what I love about this creek. The colors on these browns, the red dots are they're like highlighter. I don't know another way to describe them, but the red dots really stand out on these fish. Love it.
As we approach the end of our stretch, I was able to capture something I've been trying to get for years, an underwater trout strike. And as a bonus, it was another great rainbow.
So just casting under these two trees right under the root system, a brown and this rainbow came screaming out at my wrap. The brown missed, and luckily the bow hit it, which is great because the bow is bigger, so we'll take it every time. Beautiful Michigan resident rainbow trout.
We ended up catching over 20 brown trout and a couple of nice rainbows. It's hard to ask for anything more. Special thanks to Tristan and Steve for letting me tag along on an incredible morning of trout fishing here in northern Michigan.